advancing to the championship game. Thank you for your hospitality and your group's hospitality here. Just get your thoughts on the upcoming matchup here, and we'll have some questions.
Well, we're very excited. This is huge for Tulane University. We're really proud to represent our city and our university. It's really big for our football program, and just looking forward to the game tomorrow.
Raise your hand, clear.
Coach Mark Keplinger, Tulane Hullabaloo. You won Coach of the Year for the conference. Tajay Spear won Offensive Player of the Year. Can you just kind of talk on that and just how you feel about that?
Well, you know, the coaching award is a team award. And you hear everybody say that, and it's true. You know, you got to play good offense, defense, kicking game. Got a bunch of people behind the scenes that do a tremendous job for the program. We're just very proud of Tajay. He's had a fantastic year. I think he's very, very worthy of that honor.
Jude Papillon, Tulane Hullabaloo. What effect has the opportunity to play in this game had on the vibe in the locker room this week?
Well, I think it's, you know, obviously the guys got to bounce in their step, and you know, to win this many games, you got to have that same energy every single week. So they've been able to do that, you know, each and every week, bring it. And we talk about how important preparation is, and you know, flipping the switch at game time for 3.5 hours. You know, bringing that energy in, and they've done that week in and week out. And we've had excellent practices this week, so looking forward to seeing them perform tomorrow.
Coach Brandon Helwig with Rivals.com. I know last season was a difficult one with the hurricane and relocation and the record. What did you see from that team? Because I know not many guys went into the portal, and there's a lot of guys who decided to come back to try to reach this point. What did you start to see last year that maybe during the off season or what have you that made you think, you know, this could be a championship-worthy football team?
Well, I thought we played hard every single week last year. I was really proud of our effort, week in and week out. Sometimes you get behind the 8 ball, the season's not going the way you want it to. You start seeing a lot of lack of effort, but our guys play extremely hard throughout the season. And then just, you know, from January on, just the work ethic that they've shown has been really impressive. I've made this comment many times, but you know, if I'm in town, I come up here and work for a little while. And you know, Saturdays and Sundays, I don't know how many times I came up here and the guys were throwing the ball around there in the weight room. They were doing something football related, watching film. You know, so they're very, very dedicated.
Sharif Ishak, WDSU TV. Earlier this week, you talked about it all coming to fruition. Has it hit you yet that you guys are about to play a championship game at home in front of all your fans?
Yeah, you know, one of the things I'm going to talk about our guys too was tonight is having fun and enjoying the moment, and I think that's important. You know, it's you know, this has been a goal, and it's happening right now. So, you know, we need to make sure we're living in the moment and complete the goal. You know, so yeah, it's very, very exciting.
Gary Smith with the Times-Picayune, the Advocate. Prince Pines made the first team. He's a guy that a lot of times offensive linemen, they have to have a rep coming in, and he seems to have gotten on there. What did you think about him getting made first team all conference?
Well, I think he's very deserving. I thought he had a fantastic year. He transferred in and got here in the summer, and you know, there's not a whole lot of guys that are 6'4", 6'5", 330 pounds that can move, and he's one of them. And he was very deserving of that honor. And then obviously, the better year you have, the more guys you get on all conference. I got, you know, last year's team was disappointed. So you got to win more games. You win more games, you have more guys on all conference. So I'm glad they saw, you know, the great season that Prince has had for us.
Darren Stoltzfus, West 2 in Orlando. It seems like this year the American finally got a little more, I don't know, credit or acclaim from the college football playoff and everything. With UCF being one of the teams set in the Big 12, does that add anything to this championship game, or can you keep it compartmentalized?
You know, it's they've got a great program. Obviously, we wish them well. But as you talked about at the beginning of the question, we're just proud to represent this conference. You know, our commissioner talks all the time about it being part of the Power Six. I really believe that. One of the things I try to sell when people come into our games here at Yulman Stadium is the opportunity to, you know, be in a great venue, but also see unbelievable football. And from top to bottom, this is a great league. And we're proud to represent it.
Coach in the back, Coach Miller, WDSU News. Talk about the challenges there, quarterback. I know he's kind of had a hamstring injury going on. The challenges that
You got a report on that, or what? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
just the challenges. I know he had a good game against y'all the first time around. You know, what are you guys going to do different to try to continue him with that running game?
Well, he did. You know, one of the things early in the ball game, last time we played him, they really jumped on us, and a lot of it was quarterback run. And he's got great speed, great movement. You can't just gang up, you know, in the line of scrimmage because he also throws the ball well. We just got to make sure we're fitting everything up properly. There's a few busts that we had, you know, with guys getting out of their gap, and did a good job with some quarterback draw. But you know, without question, that's you know, something that we've got to do a great job of, is limiting his effectiveness running the football.
And you can expand to it a little blue. Can you speak to how Michael Pratt has improved his game this season compared to last season's game?
Well, you know, he got hurt in the first game last year, and really had a hard time practicing throughout the season. You know, it's something we kind of kept under wraps. He had surgery when the season got over. So he's been healthy. That's been the main thing. He's had a great year because he's doing a better job of understanding first down, touchdown, get down, you know, and not taking the shots maybe that he took a year ago. But he's a really smart football player. He allows us to play 11-on-11 football with his ability to run, and I think he's also a really accurate passer, very smart football player.
Coach, I know last week there was a few different championship game scenarios. Obviously, you know, you're at Cincinnati, you got to win to host it. But the fact that you get to have this rematch with UCF, a team that beat you in your home stadium a few weeks ago, did the guys talk about that? Were they excited about another chance to beat UCF and kind of, you know, get a little revenge on a few weeks ago?
No, I don't think that really had a lot to do with it. But our guys were talking about playing another home game. You know, we had senior day, and a couple of the guys in the locker room after we got done, hey, let's see if we can come back here and play again. And this isn't our last game, you know, playing here at Tulane Stadium. So, you know, I've always believed, you know, you look back at past successes or failures, and you're not living in the present, you're probably not going to be the best you can be. So we've just, you know, been zeroing in on, you know, UCF. They're a different team from when we played them a few weeks ago, and so are we.
Coach, how excited are you to play in front of a sold-out crowd tomorrow, and how much do you think that'll impact the game?
Well, it's always exciting. You know, I haven't done that here a whole lot at Tulane, so we're proud of that. We're happy that the city and the university's gotten behind us, and you know, there'll be a lot of energy.
Coach, a big news this week in the college football world about, you know, college football playoff expansion in 2 years to 12 teams. So right now, this game, if it would be 2 years from now, it'd be for a spot in the playoff. How excited are you for that? And you just talked about Power 6. It's going to be top 6 conference champions. That's got to be huge for Tulane and the American going forward.
Well, I think it was long overdue. I think there's, you see it happen all the time with, you know, so-called upsets, you know, every week, you know, and I think there's a lot of teams, universities that are deserving of, you know, being able to play for the, you know, the national championship. So I'm glad they passed it, and it's happening here in a couple of years.
Coach, this week you're potentially preparing for 2 different quarterbacks, John Rice Plumlee and Mikey Keene. You know, what are the challenges of preparing for multiple quarterbacks at the same time, and you know, what are the strengths that each quarterback possesses?
Well, we talked a little bit about Plumlee, you know, being a great runner, but also having the ability to throw the football effectively. You know, Mikey Keene can also run, but his game is a little bit more throwing the football. He played against us last year, you know, started against us, had a good ball game, and I think he started maybe 12, 13 games in his career at UCF, so he's got a lot of experience as well. So 2 fine quarterbacks. They are a little bit different, but you know, they're both going to run their offense.
Further questions? Coach Fritz, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.